Picture this. You've just had a genuinely good stretch. Work is manageable, the apartment is clean, no one is fighting, you're sleeping more than 6 hours, and then, out of nowhere, you send a passive-aggressive message to someone who doesn't deserve it. You pick a fight about something that doesn't matter. You spiral into a worry so specific and elaborate, it almost feels like you built it on purpose. Or you just feel flat, like something is wrong, because nothing is wrong. You're not alone. Researchers studying post-traumatic stress, chronic anxiety, and burnout recovery consistently find the same thing. The moment of danger passing is often the moment people start manufacturing new danger. Millions of people do this. Most of them think it means they're broken. I remember getting the first calm week after a genuinely chaotic year, and spending most of it convinced the calm itself was a warning sign. My brain kept scanning. Nothing was there, so it started generating its own material. We're not here to diagnose you. We're here to figure out exactly how your brain learned to treat peace as a threat, and why that's not a character flaw. It's a system doing precisely what it was built to do, and the mechanism behind it is so logical, once you see it, you'll never unsee it. Let's start with the chemistry. When you're under sustained stress, real or perceived, your body produces cortisol. It's the alarm hormone. It sharpens focus, contracts time, and tells every system in your body, not now, we're surviving right now. Here's what nobody tells you. Cortisol is also stimulating. It's activating. It gives life a certain texture of urgency that the nervous system, over time, starts to read as normal. This is called allostatic load, the cumulative cost of chronic stress adaptation. Your baseline recalibrates. Stress stops feeling like emergency and starts feeling like Tuesday. The second concept, the default mode network. This is the part of your brain that activates when there's nothing urgent to do, when you're in the shower, commuting, spacing out. In people who've spent extended time in survival mode, the DMN doesn't relax into daydreaming. It scans. It looks for problems. It's been trained to treat stillness as suspicious. Quiet becomes a gap that needs to be filled with something to worry about. Third, predictability bias. Your nervous system doesn't actually prefer happy. It prefers known. The chaos you grew up in, worked through, or survived for years, it's familiar. The brain has mapped it. It knows what to do with it. Peace, on the other hand, is unmapped territory, and unmapped territory registers as risk. So when life gets quiet, your system doesn't exhale. It goes, something must be missing, and then it goes looking. Now, when we know how it's wired, let's look at what this actually looks like on a normal Tuesday. Stage 1. The manufactured emergency. It's Sunday afternoon. Nothing is on fire. You've even closed your laptop. You're on the couch with your AirPods in, and it's fine, except it doesn't feel fine. It feels vaguely anxious. So you open Slack to check something real quick. Then you're mentally drafting a response to an email no one sent. Then you're replaying a conversation from Thursday that actually went fine, but maybe didn't? You've built yourself a fire. No one asked you to. The brain offered it. What the brain is doing, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for long-term planning and impulse moderation, is quieter when cortisol drops. It actually needs the stimulation to feel organized. Without the urgency, it starts constructing urgency. Not because you're anxious, because your brain has learned that a certain level of activation is what thinking feels like. Your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what months or years of practice taught it to do. Stage 2. The impulse toward disruption. You finally have a good thing, stable relationship, manageable job, some savings, and you send the message that starts the argument. Or you make the financial decision that didn't need to happen yet. Or you quit the thing that was working and call it intuition. Later, you'll wonder why you did it. The real answer? The good thing felt precarious in a way the bad thing didn't. The bad thing was familiar. The brain, faced with unfamiliar stability, reached for familiar disruption, not to hurt you, to return to known coordinates. What the brain is doing. This is the status quo bias running in reverse. Usually, the brain resists change from bad to good. Sometimes, it resists change from familiar bad to unfamiliar good with equal force. Both are the same mechanism, the nervous system preferring what it has a map for. Your brain isn't broken. It's being loyal to a survival strategy that worked, just in a different time, a different context. Stage 3. The flatness you can't explain. You get the promotion. The relationship is genuinely good. The weekend was objectively nice, and you feel nothing. Or worse, you feel a vague guilt about feeling nothing. You open Instagram and scroll through something that used to make you laugh, and it doesn't land. You send a voice note to a friend saying you feel weird and can't explain it. She says, maybe you're just tired. You agree, but that's not it. What the brain is doing. Anhedonia, the reduced capacity for pleasure, is a documented stress recovery symptom. The dopamine system, which was running on the compressed reward cycles of urgency and resolution, doesn't immediately adapt to the slower rhythms of ordinary good. The drama had a structure: tension, crisis, resolution. Peace doesn't have that structure. It's just ambient. The reward system doesn't know what to do with ambient, so it reports, nothing is happening, which feels somehow like something is wrong. And here's where it gets interesting, because knowing this changes what you do next. Here's one thing you can try. Not a fix, not a cure, just a recalibration. When you notice the pull toward disruption, the urge to pick a fight, send the message, manufacture an emergency, try naming what's actually happening in your body before you act. Not a journaling exercise, just a 3-second check. Notice, is this urgency about the situation in front of me? Or is this urgency that's been running in the background and just found a surface to attach to? This isn't about stopping yourself. It's about creating a 1-second gap between the signal and the action. Neuroscientists call this affect labeling. When you name an internal state, activity in the amygdala decreases measurably. The cortisol spike has less runway. You can also try what some researchers call structured boredom, deliberately sitting in the discomfort of nothing being wrong for 10 minutes. No push notifications, no Starbucks run, no Slack. Just the feeling of, it's quiet, and I don't need to fix anything. It will feel wrong. That feeling is data. It's your nervous system recalibrating what normal is allowed to feel like. You can try this. You don't have to. The thing about the nostalgia for chaos is that it isn't nostalgia for the suffering. It's nostalgia for the feeling of being organized around something. Crisis gives the brain a job. Peace asks it to rest. And rest is a skill, one that takes practice, especially if you spent years in a system that never needed it. You're not addicted to chaos. You're loyal to the brain that got you through it. The work now is teaching it that you made it. Here's the question to take with you. What would you allow yourself to simply enjoy this week if you trusted that the calm was actually allowed to stay?